Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. It's VHS Shorty, and I thought I'd bring y'all along for my everyday 90s makeup routine. This is my everyday makeup look. I've been doing this look for years. I don't switch it up. This is one of those makeup looks I get a ton of compliments on, especially on TikTok. Y'all been asking me to post my makeup routine, and I was like, let me make an in-depth makeup tutorial, the products I use, how I use them, why I use them, where I get them from. And I figured I'd make that video for y'all on YouTube. If you want to learn how to get this look, stay tuned, get a pen and paper, and we're gonna jump right into it. I just started doing this. I didn't even know what this meant at first, but I saw the girls on TikTok doing it, so I started doing it. Okay, before I do anything, I like to make sure I have some type of chapstick or moisturizer on my lips. I like to make sure my lips are moisturized throughout the whole process. I like to go in with The Ordinary, and I've been using this stuff for years. I have really oily skin, y'all, so I need whatever I can to help reduce the oil. One of my homegirls is actually a makeup artist here in Tulsa, and I asked her, I said, how do you get your makeup to not be so oily? Like, what do you do to keep the oil from seeping through on your makeup? She said, girl, niacinamide. The Ordinary specifically. Put that in the areas that you know you are going to be prone to secreting oil, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just putting this on my face. I don't do this all the time, but I'm actually gonna start incorporating this. I'm putting this on my brows and on my forehead. Okay, I'm just gonna pat that in. I don't like putting primers on my face. If anything, this is gonna be my primer. I just don't trust having so many products on my face at once. My skin is already sensitive. My acne is actually getting a lot better. I'm gonna work on my eyebrows. I like to make sure my brows are tweezed. I do tweeze them. And right now, the brow is actually starting to curve, and I don't want that. I want it to kind of go outward. So I'm just tweezing the ends. And y'all, I'm so seasoned at this, I don't even need like an up close mirror. Y'all can literally see me pulling the hairs off of my face without using an up close mirror. It's a technique. In order to really nail the 90s look, you really have to focus on the eyebrows. No matter how many lip combos you throw on, if the eyebrows are not eyebrowing like they were in the 90s, wrap the whole look up. It's not 90s. Okay, so next I'm going in with LA Girl Brow Pomade, and this is in the color Soft Black and with an angled brush. You know I love a good angled brush, so I'm going in and I'm gonna fill in the sparse areas. I'm not gonna do any type of major filling in. I just wanna make sure the really sparse areas are filled in like that. Y'all see, I don't have to do much to it. I haven't done my makeup in a minute either, y'all. Like, this is the first time in all of August that I've been doing my makeup. For me, with the 90s makeup, my objective is to enhance the features and not necessarily change the way I look completely. This is coming out perfect. Yeah, that's it right there. So next I'm gonna take the Lip Bars Quick Conceal Caffeine Concealer. This is in the color Cinnamon. I'm using this to clean up the brows. Like, I know they look crazy right now, y'all, but trust the process. I'm using a concealer brush, so I'm just gonna apply that at the top. Moving on, we're gonna use the Peter Thomas Roth. This is the Instant Firmex Face Tightener. I'm gonna use this a little bit under my eyes where I have some hollowness, a little bit around my smile line, just to tighten just a tad. I got this from TikTok. They sent me this to review. I actually need to make some content around this. Shake it up, and I'm gonna put like a dime size amount on my finger. I'm gonna take a little bit and just dab it under the eyes and swipe. I'm not gonna do too much because it does leave like a cast. And I'm gonna do one side so y'all can see how well this stuff works when it comes to tightening the skin. So y'all saw the before. I'm gonna come back after I have this fully dried on my face. Look at that, my smile line is, y'all, my smile line is disappearing right here. And y'all can kind of see how it's more prominent right there. I don't know if y'all can see a difference, but I'm starting to notice a difference. The cast is starting to show through. Tarte sent me some makeup. So this is their Color Clay CC Under Eye Corrector. They gifted me this on TikTok Shop. Normally I'll use LA Girl Pro Conceal Color Corrector in the color orange, but I wanted to try something different, so I'm using Tarte today. I like this because this isn't too orangey. This is like a nice peachy undertone, so I'm gonna dab this in here. Okay, this is definitely... Color correction is good because I have a bunch of concealers that do not work well with color correcting. It's gonna spot treat. This is gonna cancel out just all of the darkness and like the red and everything in between. Okay, Tarte. Now I'm gonna go in with the Lip Bar Quick Conceal Concealer again, and I'm just gonna put that in the areas to mix with the color corrector. I like mixing my color corrector with concealer because if you just do pure color corrector on your face, you're gonna get like this reddish undertone and it's not gonna look good. So I like to go in with traces of my concealer just to even that color corrector out and give it more of a salmon undertone rather than like a reddish, orangish, peachish undertone. Sonia Kashuk, I got this from Target, and I'm just gonna blend this all in. Y'all are seeing in real time how this stuff really works. You want to blend it down to the jawline. I'm going to take a little bit of LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm just going to use a little bit of this to brighten the under eye and make that peachier in color. There we go. This is going to help get that nice peachy look. What this is doing is bringing the color and the life and the blood flow back into your eyes. So you want to make sure your color corrector is peachy, not red. Unless you have really dark acne scars or hyperpigmentation, I really recommend using an orange and mixing it with your concealer to get that peachy undertone. This is going to give the illusion of blood flow back into those dark areas where your broken capillaries are. Anywhere you notice you have like really bad hyperpigmentation, this is what you should do to help offset the darkness. That color corrector and concealer combo is going to give you more life. I like that pink under eye look. Just the blood look. I want to look alive. I feel like I look dead sometimes because of the loss of volume and then also because of the dead capillaries. So we're gonna go in, and after this I like to go in with some concealer to brighten the under eye area, and I usually focus under the eyes. I don't go down here. In the 90s, the focal point was the under eye area, not the whole cheek. I don't like highlighting my cheeks. I like highlighting the under eye area. Next, I'm gonna go in with Playing in Makeup by Yolanda PIMBY. And this is the concealer in the color Latty. Even though this is a concealer, I like to use it as a foundation because the coverage is so crazy. Y'all can see I'm just about out. I just ordered some more, but I love the way the color and the shade match is, and then also the fact that it stays matte. This is gonna help cancel out the redness and just bring the complexion overall together. I like using YSL All Hours Concealer. They sent me this. I did not buy this. So I am just gonna put a little bit towards the outer corner going up. Y'all see how I'm not putting any of that on my cheek. I am putting this all under the eyes. Not too much either, just a little bit. This is going to brighten up that under eye area. Boom. And I take take a little bit and just add it to the outer corner to brighten the outer corners up and to just lift the eye a little bit. I'm not putting this anywhere else on my face. My objective is to brighten my face and not make myself look crazy. I am not a big believer of using a wet makeup sponge to blend your makeup out. I don't want to combine any water with my foundation or anything on my face. I might as well sweat if that's the case. I just don't believe in that. And y'all can see how the under eye is now bright. I like to do a nice contour. I have this little cream highlight contour palette that I picked up a long time ago. I don't really use it like that, but I am gonna take a little bit of it and just kind of dab it in there and really focus on contouring my cheeks. I'm not gonna do any major contour, just something to really chisel out my cheeks. And of course, you can do the nose too. I'm just gonna blend all of this out. Next, I'm gonna go in with a pink setting powder, and this is not your ordinary pink setting powder. This isn't even a pink setting powder. This is a peach setting powder. It is a rich peach setting powder. I don't like pink powders that much because I feel like they look a little bit too ashy. For me, again, when it comes to setting my under eye, I like to make sure I have a peach powder. The peach powder is gonna add to the color correction when it comes to my makeup. I'm gonna apply it under the eyes, y'all. I'm not putting it anywhere else. Literally under the eyes, boom, that's it. You don't need much because this stuff is going to set and then it's going to add that warmth back under your eyes. It's basically like putting blush under your eyes, but I like to use a peachy color instead. Y'all see how this adds that color back under your eyes? Love it. This is actually from Beauty on Q. I have not released this yet, but I will here in the future. I know the girls are gonna go crazy for a pink powder that doesn't look ashy. That is the whole point of this peach powder. I was gonna call it Peachy Keen. So next I'm going to take a blush, and this is by Maybelline. This is in the color Pink Rose. This is their Fit Me blush. And this one is lighter, and I want to use this because this is going to brighten the under eye. Y'all see how this is brightening it without giving it too much of a blushy look. Boom. I'm going to finally set my under eye with an actual under eye setting powder. This one is going to be from Maybelline as well. This is Maybelline Fit Me Loose. One thing I'm gonna have is some Maybelline products. This is Maybelline Fit Me Loose. This is in the color number 30 medium deep. So it's not that dark, but it is bright enough to where you can actually get like basically baking your face. A little bit of this goes a long way, as y'all can see. I'm gonna put this in the under eye area. This is going to brighten that up without making it look ashy or making it look like it's just really dry and dusty. I like to focus on lifting the eyes, and same thing over here. And when I'm done, I'm gonna go through and do my contour. And just brush that down. Next, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer from YSL, and I'm just gonna highlight my chin area, the bridge, and the tip of my nose. Where the glossy highlight is where I'm gonna do the highlight. I'm gonna blend this in with the Beauty Blender, just to brighten the chin up. Do the same thing on the tip of the nose and blend the bridge. I love how this is coming along. This is looking good. I like choosing between NYX Professional Makeup's Buttermelt Blush. This one is Butter Than Before, and this one is Back in Butter. So I'm going to do Back in Butter because I just want to have like a nice, rich reddish cheek. And this stuff is so pigmented. Like I literally just tapped it in the reservoir and then I swish it around because it's that pigmented. I'm gonna put this on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit going near the temple. Y'all can see how pigmented that is. I'm not putting any under my eyes either because that is already blush here. We don't want to tamper with that. This is starting to give like baby doll vibes. I'm not even lying. And then I do the tip of my nose too. I'm gonna use a darker palette to help chisel out the tip of my button. Y'all see how we're making that into an illusion. You want to tap it. You don't want to put too much on it. And then we're gonna focus on under the button. Y'all see how it's starting to come together? You want to really focus on carving out that button. Next, you can go in and start blending it out into the shadow. So what this is doing is just emphasizing the shadow even more. And I'm gonna tap this and bring that down. Y'all see how this is coming, and y'all see how it's literally just carving out the button. I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna take a lighter color from this cream palette and then I'm gonna apply that to the button like that, just to give it that highlight and kind of bring it down. You can see how the button has been carved out, and then the highlight is going to give it that emphasis to make it look like it's an actual button nose. I'm gonna just tap this to blend it out. Boom. To the eyes, I'm just gonna do the crease. This is a contour palette, and I like this contour palette because it's deep enough to where I'm not trying to do too much. And I don't want to use all kinds of products. So yeah, this is just gonna give me that little subtle, I want a subtle smoky look. I don't want to have like this major bombshell eyeshadow look. I want like a subtle 90s soft glam look, and this is what I'm gonna do with this concealer, with this contour palette. I'm not an eyeshadow girly, y'all. I don't use eyeshadow like that, and it's because I just don't feel like my eyes are shaped properly for eyeshadow. I don't know how to do eyeshadow, but I can wing it. And I gotta be careful because you don't wanna make, my eyes are already hollow, so if I hollow out too much, it'll make it look like I got punched in the face. And I am going to just touch up the lid with a little bit of concealer. Just tapping it really. And I like doing this just to like give some brightness back to the lids. And I'm just gonna blend this. I'm not gonna bring it all the way up. I just want the lid to be highlighted. I don't want it to be all cut, creased, and creases cutting. I want something very subtle. Like you can kind of see a difference, but you can't. I don't know, but it's coming along the way. I love it. Next, I'm going in with the same powder, Maybelline Superstay, but this is gonna be in a darker color, and this is in the color 35 in the shade Deep. This is going to bring the whole look together. This is just a darker version of what I put on my face just a minute ago. As y'all can see, this is going to even out everything. I'm gonna do one side of my face so y'all could kind of get an idea. Okay, so y'all can see how this evened everything out. Just, ooh, I feel like my blush is gone. You can see how this brought it together versus this side is still a little bit dry. I'm just going through, and I'm gonna set this side too. So next I'm gonna do some mascara. This is YSL All Hours Lash Clash Mascara. And this is their waterproof formula. This is in the color black. So this is like the blackest shade that they have. I'm just gonna do the top of my lashes because when you put foundation on, like powder, your lashes can still look flush, like real flush. And I hate that when it comes to lashes. So I am just putting the mascara on. And I'm gonna do the bottom lash here in just a second. I love the way this stuff makes my lashes like look. I like how it makes them look full. Y'all, I stopped wearing lashes for like years. I think probably 4 years now. And ever since I did that, my natural lashes have been growing. Y'all can see them already. You can actually see how long my lashes are. Next, I'm gonna use Beauty on Q. This is in the color Keeper, and this is gonna be the base to my lip combo. And I'm using an angled brush to help with definition. In my old makeup videos where I was doing my 90s makeup look, I used to use Maybelline Superstay, but they discontinued it. So now I use Beauty on Q. I don't use anything else. And this is mainly for precision. I love this look. I don't want anything else. Next, I'm using Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Crayon in the color Stop at Nothing number 160. Y'all know I use this stuff. Check out my older videos. Y'all can see where I use this. And this is really like a retractable lip crayon. Y'all, I'm running out of this, so I gotta go get some more. I'm gonna put this on the inside of my lips just to start the second portion of the ombre. I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. You don't need too much of this. You don't want to overdo this part. I am going to have to buy some more of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, as y'all can see, it is definitely coming together. We're gonna go in with 2 more products. NYX Professional Makeup Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is in the color Abu Dhabi. And again, this was what I used in my original lip combo video, so I still keep this. I still use this to this day. This is gonna lighten the inner portion of the lip combo. It's gonna be on the lighter side, so I'm gonna put a little bit on the inner part of my lip. Boom, like this. And you can honestly stop right here, but I got one more thing I'm gonna keep doing. Y'all know I always have to set off my lip combo with a bolder lip line look. Next, I'm using Beauty on Q in the color Vesper. This is gonna make the lip look pop. This is gonna be what makes it stand out. It's gonna be what makes it come together. You guys are gonna see a huge difference. Y'all see how dark and bold that is? Boom, this is coming together so good. I'm gonna take the bottom of this and just kind of blend it downward. You don't want too much. I like to have a darker top lip and a lighter bottom lip. Boom. Let me clean this up. I kind of want to do some false lashes with this look. I don't know, y'all. I think this looks really pretty. This is giving me like a soft 90s clean minimal look. Got some box eyelashes here. I'm gonna give them a try, and I'm really just gonna focus on the outer corners. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm putting on, and honestly, I don't even need one on. There we go. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of that right here. A little bit of that right here. And right here. Like adding a little bit of pigment right there. Just to deepen that, like just to get a little bit of bronze. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I did any makeup like this clean that eats like this. Just set the under eye. Ooh, y'all see how that just ate? Hold on, where the rest of that powder? Just a little bit. Under the eye. And then just a little bit under the contour. I'm going to brush that out and blend that out to really get that nice defined chisel. That side, and we're gonna do a little bit on the tip and a little bit on the bridge. I'm just gonna blend that out. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's blending out. Okay. Set the underbrow area. I'm just gonna make that lighter because I want that to really stand out. Okay, so next I'm using NYX Professional Makeup Brow Glue, and this is just going to hold the brows in place. And make sure to clean up any type of residual that may have been left in the process. I like to really brush my brows up. To finish off the look, I'm just gonna do some NYX Professional Makeup Fat Lip Drip Oil. This was in the color clear, but like just of course over time me picking up makeup in the process changed the color of it. So I'm just gonna put that on there to glaze my lip. I'm not a big fan of like really pigmented lip glosses because I like the lip combo to do all of the talking, and I like for the lip gloss to glaze the combo. I like a less is more look with my makeup. I like putting on makeup, but I don't want it to look like I have like a full beat. My focal points for my makeup are my lip combos, my eyebrows, and of course my lashes. I don't like to do too much. I don't want it to take away from my makeup. When I used to do my makeup when I was younger, it used to be just too much, like really thick eyebrows, heavy lashes, and guess what, y'all? No lip combo. No lip combo whatsoever. Literally doing my makeup and just putting on lip gloss. What's up with that? This is gonna give me a really pretty glazed look. I wanted a classy, minimal, elegant makeup look, and what better makeup look than a 90s look? I love the 90s look. Y'all know I live, eat, breathe, and sleep this look. If you follow me on TikTok, you know this is the only makeup look that I do. And of course, the products that I have here are the only products that I use. I decided to tone down my makeup because I wanted to emphasize my features rather than change how I look completely. And I felt like when I had thick eyebrows, it changed my face. I already have resting bitch face, so when I have thick eyebrows, it doesn't help it at all. If you have resting bitch face, thin your eyebrows out. Thin your eyebrows out. You don't want to look evil. You don't want to look evil. I wanted to tone down on the eyebrows because I feel like my eyebrows are really what gives me a feminine appearance. So I feel like when I put like really thick brows on my face, it hides and it diminishes my features. When I wear makeup, I don't want it to look like I'm wearing makeup. You feel me? I want a nice little mascara here, a little blush there, a little and call it a day. On top of that, I have sensitive skin and I have really oily skin. Having a bunch of products sitting on top of each other just does not make me, I feel disgusting by the end of the day. As y'all can see, I don't use any type of setting spray. I don't use a primer. I want my skin to breathe, you know? This makeup look eats. So that concludes the makeup look, and I hope y'all like it. If you like what you see and you want to shop to get these products, check out the product description down below. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't at VHS Shorty. We are almost at 50K followers, y'all. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell button for more notifications from me to come. I'll see y'all in the next video.